can do this without being interrupted today. Travelers, eh? Well, this is Rocker Castle. It ain't looking its best right now, but you're welcome to have a nose around if you like. There was a time when people would tremble at the mere mention of the Rocker Empire, but after being humbled by the forces of Hubble, all of our old swagger is gone. I'm not happy about this, I tell you. I'm a soldier, not a bricklayer. It's been a year now since the enemy attacked the castle and left it in this sorry state. We've been rebuilding it ever since. It's not even close to being back to its full glory, but it's looking a lot better than it did. That gives him a little survivability. This is where the troops duke it out to see who's toughest. But with all the rebuilding work going on, we ain't got much time for the good old scrap no more. "10 years ago, Hubble was an all but broken kingdom under the iron heel of the mighty Rucker Empire. How things have changed. Those spell slingers have gone from military pygmies to lords of war with unseemly speed. From what I hear, they owe it all to the tireless energy of their young monarch. I'd certainly like to meet him one day. Off the battlefield, I mean. He sounds like quite the character." Apparently, the Wizard-in-Chief and the King had a little disagreement, and the next thing you know, the King had this thing built. I wonder what exactly they were arguing about. Who are you? No one's allowed to travel to the Grand Conjuratorium by order of the King. Look, you're just going to have to head back the way you came. Sorry. Welcome to Hubble, the home of magic. No one may enter the Inquisitory without the King's express permission. So unless you've got a very good reason to be here, you should make yourself scarce. Yeah. I'm afraid it's authorized folks only beyond this point. If you want in, you're going to need to get permission from some big group or other, and try your luck at the other entrance. Only real magical maestros can get jobs in the Inquisitory, you know. And it's a job with a lot of perks, which is why so many wizards aspire to work there, none more so than little Midge. Freeze! I just can't seem to get the hang of this. I do get it right sometimes, honest. I'd stand back if I were you. You don't want to get your eyebrows singed. Okay. I haven't seen you before. What business do you have here in Hubble? Oh, hold on. You wouldn't happen to be the envoy, would you? Sure. You are? I see. Well, the king has been eagerly awaiting your arrival. I suppose I'd better let you through then. Hold on a second. There's something that doesn't sit right with me. Surely the envoy can't be a small boy. I'm afraid I'm going to have to run this by the king, but feel free to wait inside the castle until I return. I wouldn't want you to catch a chill. Blast. The boss is going to wring my neck. He told me to get something from that chest, but I've only gone and forgotten how to open the thing. It's sealed by this magic spell, see? There's this special way to open it, but I just can't remember it for the life of me. Wait, it was something about entering by the statue, then making a cross, I think. Nice one. You cracked it. Now, I'll be needing that magic water to finish off a couple of wands. Give it here, will you? Okay. Appreciate it. If I'd gone back empty-handed, the boss would have had me guts for garters. I'm learning the art of wand making over in Fire Tower, see? Drop by later and I'll give you a little token of my gratitude. Hyde examines the stone tablet in front of him. With great magical power comes great magical responsibility. Winifred Wormwood. The cells are downstairs. If you particularly enjoy making small talk with the convicts, be my guest. You know that bit of the castle that floats in the air? Well, I was sure there'd be some amazing treasure in there. So I sneaked in there one day to see what was what. But did I find any rich stuff? Not a bit of it. Then I went and broke wind. They found me sneaking around, and the rest is history. This castle has 4 towers, one at each corner. Did you know each one has its own name? Nope. You didn't? Well, this is your lucky day, because I'm about to enlighten you. As you enter the castle, the tower on your right, with the nice blue brickwork, is known as the Water Tower. If you head north from that tower, you'll reach one with yellow walls. That one's known as the Earth Tower. The tower on your left as you enter the castle is the Fire Tower. That's got bright red walls. Head north from there and you'll get to Wind Tower. That one's got white walls. You might have a bit of trouble finding your way around at first, but it's elementary once you get used to it. So, are you feeling suitably enlightened? Yep. I'd expect nothing less, but if you ever want me to run you through it all again, just say the word. I remember. It like it was yesterday. marching on the Rucker's castle with the king leading the charge. He was so courageous and dashing, and utterly fearless. I was so proud to call him my king. I wish I could still say this. Wait, what am I saying these things to perfect strangers? Why am I... whatever. Say again? No, I'm not the king. Well, I may once have been, but not any longer. My son succeeded me 2 years ago. Now my wife and I are enjoying our retirement. The boys really turned this kingdom around, you know. We've gone from being a rather puny pretender to becoming a real force to be reckoned with. Well, it's not been without its little problems. It's wonderful that we're doing well, but I'm not alone in thinking he may have taken things rather too far. I fear for his future, if I'm honest, and if you speak to my wife over there, you'll see that she shares my concerns. Good day to you. I'm the mother of the current king. Now, please don't think me too presumptuous, but I wish to ask a favour of you. You are travellers, yes? Yep. I thought as much. Now, before I burden you with my little errand, allow me to explain one or two things. There is a great centre of magic to the south of here, known as the Grand Conjuratorium, with which Hubble has always enjoyed most cordial relations. Recently my son decided to sever all ties with the place, and even went so far as to set up a blockade on the road linking it to our kingdom. I don't care what his reasons may be, isolating ourselves from our magically inclined brethren is pure folly. Without them we are nothing. I would like you to deliver a message to the Supreme Magical Potentate, who heads the Conjuratorium. Will you do this for me? Sure. I am very grateful to you. Here. It is most important that you deliver this to the Wizard-in-Chief personally. I wish to reassure him that the Kingdom of Hubble has no hostile intentions towards him and his people. When you reach the blockade, show the guards the royal seal on the letter I have given you. They are sure to let you pass. Gads, what sorcery is this? Mayhap this strange device gives access to the hallowed hall in which resides the monarch of this land. Come, let us investigate further. This isn't the place for idle chatter. Can you see we're busy owning our magic abilities? Well, if it isn't my old treasure chest opening pals. I suppose you came for your reward, did you? Well, here's the funny thing. I came back and the boss asked me what took me so long, so I had to admit that I had a bit of trouble opening the chest. Anyways, he lost his rag and told me I had to tidy up the storeroom by way of punishment. So anyway, long story short, I don't have anything to give you right now, but I will, I promise. I'm afraid I can't let you through just yet. The king still hasn't given us permission. Oi, I just spoke to the king, and he stated categorically that the envoy is not a little boy. You're not the envoy at all. Admit it. You lied to me, didn't you? Yep. You don't even have the decency to be ashamed. Unbelievable. Well, it doesn't make any difference either way. Go away and stay away. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's liars. Go away and stay away. You again. I thought we'd been over this. You can't come through here. Let me look at that. Oh, that's the royal seal. Why didn't you say so? On your way. Welcome to the Grand Conservatorium. Feel free to look around. What's that you say? You come bearing a message from the Queen Mother? I have no doubt that the Wizard-in-Chief will be keen to receive it. You'll find him on the upper floor within. I'm telling you, that bridge just appeared out of thin air. What's that? You were the ones who made it appear? Well, aren't you clever? It's no good. I just can't do it. Maybe it's time to admit defeat, snap my wand and go and raise goats somewhere. But no, if I don't complete the spell, that maniac is going to be free to run amok, and if I don't stop him, who will? The goats will have to wait. Oh, I have company. And what business might you have with the Wiz, supreme sorcerer, preeminent Progester and Wizard-in-Chief of the Grand Conjuratorium? Well, what do we have here? Slithering salamanders. It's from none other than the mother of the maniac himself. Let's see now. Aha! It all becomes clear. So the blockade was his idea. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. It's just the kind of petty nonsense he'd pull, but enough about his piffling childishness. Friends, you have carried out the task entrusted to you with pluck and aplomb. Your errand doing is of an incomparable standard. Would you mind doing me a tinsy-wincy favour of my own? Allow me to explain. I'm currently engaged in magical research of the most stupefying importance. I can't go into details, of course. You'll just have to take my word for it. What I can tell you is that in order to perfect the spell I'm working on, I need one more ingredient, just one teeny tiny little item to achieve final perfection. I've got a feeling you know what I'm going to ask you, don't you? Yep. Oh, that's wonderful. Marvellous. So you'll do it then? You'll get the ingredient for me? Oh, that's so kind of you. So very, very kind. Bards will one day pen epic ballads detailing your generosity and goodwill, incomparable rhapsodies celebrating your peerless munificence. Hyde? Is he still talking to us, or has he completely lost it? Now, on to the details of your quest. First, you must head westward to a coal-black cavern amid the craggy mountains. Beyond the furthest reaches of this grand grotto lies a place where incomparable treasures known as star shards may be acquired. Retrieve but one of those precious jewels and return it to me, and I shall share with you knowledge beyond your wildest imaginings. Oh, it's not often we get visitors all the way up here. What's that? You're looking for a star shard, you say? Gosh, well, I'm a little busy at the moment, but I'm sure my lovely husband would be happy to let you pick his brains. Huh? Who are you? And what are you doing here? I hope you've got a good reason. You'd have to be mad to come all the way up here without one. What's that? The Wizard-in-Chief over at the Grand Conjuratorium sent you to bring back a star shard? Yeah, you must be real suckers for punishment to have said yes. Well, you'll be wanting to head to the pool at the top of the mountain. That's where you'll find one, if you're very lucky. Not that you'll be going there any time soon, of course. Why, you ask? Well, go and have a look for yourselves. I'm sure you'll work it out. The water is falling far too heavily for you to be able to make it through. I can tell from that disappointed look on your face that you've worked out why you won't be getting to the top of the mountain anytime soon. But don't worry, because I've got some good news for you. The waterfall's blocking your path to the peak at the moment. There's no two ways about that. And unless it's kind enough to stop you, you're going nowhere. But that's where you're in luck. Every morning at sunrise, it does exactly that. Stops dead for just a little while. Well, I think I've said quite enough. Have a word with my lovely wife over there if you want to know more. Star shards are miraculous crystals that form when starlight falls on perfectly pure water. Obviously, that means you can only get them when the stars are out. But if you leave here bright and early in the morning, you should still be able to make it up there in time to find some. Now, would you like to have a nice lie down? Yep. Lovely. And don't worry, my dear lamb of a husband. My dear lamb of a husband will wake you up before the stars disappear. Wakey, wakey. You need to get going or you're going to miss your chance. Sorry to rush you, but to be honest, I slept in a little longer than I planned to. But the waterfall stopped and the stars are still out, so if you run, you should be able to still make it. I'd spot a beautiful crystal glowing gently in the starlight. There you are. Don't tell me. I can see from that twinkle in your eyes that you've bagged yourself a star shard. Oh, I forgot to mention it before, but we're actually running an inn here. If you don't mind, I'll just tot up your bill for you. Let's see now, that's one night, so that'll come to, yes, 40 gold coins altogether. Doesn't that sound fair to you? You are going to cough up, aren't you? Yeah. Much obliged. Treat people well on your way up, because you'll meet them again on the way down. That's what I always say. So you have returned. Well, do you have something for me? Oh, how absolutely marvellous. This is just what I was looking for. Now I have all the ingredients I need. You have excelled yourselves, Hyde. Now, as recompense for all your hard work, allow me to regale you with a magical tale of mystery and intrigue. Perhaps you've heard some of the rumours about the King of Hubble and his ill-advised behaviour on your travels. Well, the real situation is somewhat worse than the rumours would suggest. The poor misguided fool is trying to revive the incarnation of all things. And what's the incarnation, I hear you ask? Well, it's an apocalyptically awful spell that once tore entire continents to shreds. As soon as I heard of this absolute stinker of an idea, I went straight to Hubble to plead with that pig-headed boy to reconsider. But he flatly denied that he was even planning such a thing, and ended up losing his temper and chasing me out of the castle. It was a very ugly scene, I'm afraid. After that, it seems he came up with the bright idea of building a blockade between the castle and the Grand Conservatorium to stop me trying anything like that again. But he needn't worry on that front. I've been busy trying to cook up a counterspell instead. It's been a long, hard road, requiring every ounce of my vast intellect, but I'm close at last, and once it's completed, we'll have nothing to fear. And it wouldn't have been possible without your help. Here, a little something in recognition of your great deeds on behalf of the cause. I don't endorse just any old idiot, you know. You should count yourself very lucky. This little chit will get you past any guard. They won't dare stand in your way. Now, the first thing I want you to do with it is head back to Hubble and try to delay the King's work on the incantation in any way you can. In the meantime, I shall expend all my energies on completing the counterspell. Thanks again for all your help, Hyde. You're an absolute brick. Oh, it's you again. Heading back to Hubble, are you? Yep. Well, would you mind showing me that letter of yours? We have to do things by the book, you know how it is. Goodness, it's a letter penned by none other than the Wizard-in-Chief of the Grand Conservatorium. He doesn't hand those out to just anyone, you know. Who are you exactly? Sorry, none of my business. On your way. Just can't find the chest in this area. Oh, it's not important. No, 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 no! I can't stop! Help me! Help! I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. I promise. Are you all right? Tell me, young lady, do you wish to master the art of magic? Yes. Very well. Then allow me to demonstrate a spell that has served me well over the years. Prepare to feel the full force of Kafrizzle. Midge, no! Ugh. Impressive. The Almighty looks after his own, it seems. Curse you. Ugh. I'd be only too happy to put you out of your misery, but alas, I am a little busy. I shall leave you here to regret your foolish selfishness. Selflessness, even. Father Martin, I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. Don't worry about me, child. I'm fine. I'm more worried about you, Midge. You're not hurt, are you? I'm fine. Good. I'm glad to hear it. But Father Martin. Perhaps it is a little worse than I thought. But please, could you help me make it as far as the church? May the Almighty bless you for coming to my aid. But who was that man, and why did he hurry off toward the castle? I fear he may have some business with His Majesty. But what can hubris be thinking, associating with a man who could threaten a child's life? I am sorry. Forgive my musings. I feel that I should explain a few things to you. Hubris is, of course, the name of our king. We have been friends since we were boys. The two of us, and one other, a girl, Lucia. She was such a delightful child, fond of flowers, always smiling. We spent so many happy days together, but then one day, when I was 8 years old, it all came to an end. We're under attack! What? Pull yourself together, man. What's going on? It's the Ruckers, sir. Scores of them. They've already seized the town. Ugh. Curse them. Guards, to arms! We must protect the town at all costs. They cannot be allowed to reach the castle. Prince Hubris, what are you doing here? We were just playing. You must get back to the castle this instant, and take your friends with you. They're here already. Damn these Ruckers. Look, these are just 3 children from the town. They have no part in this. Please, just let them go. Look at his clothes. That's no ordinary boy. That's a prince if ever I saw one. You're right. Eliminating a member of the royal family would certainly boost the men's morale. That's as may be, but we did not come here to slaughter innocents. We came to subdue this pathetic kingdom. We will take the prince alive. I am sure he will prove a useful pawn. Very well. Men, seize the boy. No! Fool. Hey! Help me, please. Hold on, Lucia. We'll get help. I promise. I don't want to die. Please, somebody help me. Martin, Hubris. Don't worry, Lucia. We won't let you fall. Martin, Hubris, goodbye. Lucia! A damned fool guardsman. The girl did not need to die. Are you injured, Captain? It is just a scratch. Now grab the prince before anyone else decides to be a hero. Right away. What is the meaning of this? So you decided to come quietly in order to prevent further bloodshed. A wise decision, Princeling. You will pay. Did you say something? You will pay for this. All of you. I will kill you all. Right here, right now. Damn your insolence, boy. No, let go of me. You will pay for this. I will kill you all. Well, you've got spirit, I'll give you that. But not enough to save your kingdom, I'm afraid. Get your filthy hands off me. Ugh. You are a prince, boy. Act like one. Now that you are in our hands, you will learn to behave, and you will learn the limits of your power. Yours is a pitiful kingdom. Did you really think your worthless wizardry would be enough to protect you from the might of the Ruckers? The sword is mightier than the wand. Do you hear me? No amount of magic could ever be enough to defeat us. Move out, men. Next we take the castle. Our kingdom did indeed fall to the Ruckers, and we were forced to live in misery as a vassal state. But then, 10 years later, Hubris took the throne and led Howell to victory against our oppressors. Yet, we are not at peace. Still, he covets further powers. He seeks to revive the most potent spell of all, the incantation. The very same spell that once tore this land apart. It was erased from history by ancient seers to prevent that dark chapter of our past from ever being repeated. Why in the world would he want to revive it now? I just can't comprehend it. It was all my fault. Me and my stupid magic. The scary man got angry at me. Father Martin ended up getting hurt, and all because I'm terrible at spells. I'm just no good at magic. Why do I have to do it? Welcome to... Oh, you again. Are you serious? You really have got some nerve. You're not going to try and tell me that you really are the envoy after all, are you? Nope. Heh. So it seems you've learned the virtues of honesty. The real envoy is with the king as we speak. Not that it's any of your business. Anyway, you're not getting in, and that's that. Clear off. Dearie me. You really don't know when to give up, do you? What's this you're waving at me? Why, it's a letter from the Wizard-in-Chief of the Grand Conjuratorium. Well, much as it pains me, I can't disobey an order from someone like that. All right, you may pass. there's one thing I was born to do, it's make wands. I'll make one for you as soon as I can, promise. So you have returned. I take it that you delivered my missive to the Wizard-in-Chief at the Grand Conjuratorium? Yep. Thank you. I trust it will have put his mind at ease to know that we do not all bear him ill will. Now all that remains is to wait for my son to see sense. Sadly, he does not bear a grudge lightly. As for these rumours about him trying to revive the incantation, even if he were foolish enough to attempt it, it simply cannot be done. Everyone knows that all the spellbooks containing that terrible spell were burnt by the sages of old. No, it is gone, and no one will ever bring it back. No wizard, no emperor, and certainly not that stubborn boy of mine. My wife tells me there are rumours circulating that our boy is attempting to revive the incantation. Have you heard them too? Yep. It seems that everyone has. Apparently word got out after he asked one of his advisors to start scouring the history books for clues. Now it seems he's called on the help of some shady character known as the Envoy. It's a wild goose chase if you ask me. No trace of that accursed spell remains. Of that I am completely confident. If it isn't the world's biggest liars, how did you worm your way in here? Well, I never. So that's how you got in. You really do have friends in high places. If that's the case, I certainly won't stand in your way. Just try not to annoy the king. Is that understood? The king is speaking with a very important guest, so I was ordered to stand down. I'm not entirely sure what that entails, if I'm honest. Where exactly should I stand? And where's down? I have brought you what you requested. Here, take it, and see for yourself. This is it. You found it. You actually found it. But of course. I still can't quite believe it. To think that somewhere out there this existed all along. Can it really be true? Do you doubt your eyes? It is true, I assure you. What that book contains is truth in its purest It seems you have visitors. Well, I shall take my leave. I thank you. Believe me, you will be generously rewarded for what you have done. I do not require any payment. All I wish is to see you succeed in your ultimate goal. Who the devil are you? What do you think you're doing, interrupting me like that? Do you think any passing vagabond can simply waltz in here and demand an audience with me? Did I hear you correctly? The Wizard-in-Chief of the Grand Conjuratorium told you to prevent me from reviving the incantation? That senile old fool. I told him I was doing nothing of the sort. And what does he do? He sends perfect strangers to interfere nonetheless. Well, two can play at that game. Go back and tell him he is contemptible meddler, and quite mad to boot. The incantation exists only in legend. It is not something that one can merely wave a wand and conjure up. In any case, it is no concern of yours. Be gone. That man, the envoy, he has a darkness about him I cannot quite describe. There is something dangerous, no, murderous about him. The mysterious man, known only as the Envoy, is renowned for his scholarship. He is said to have read every book in existence. I asked him to search for a certain magic tome, and he has found it, but there is something strange about him. When I saw him today, it was as if he were a different person. He used to be so much frailer, so much gentler. I really need to go all the way back. There you are. I've been looking for you everywhere. I was ordered by the Wizard-in-Chief to find you. He says he's on the verge of finishing that spell he was working on and wants to see you at the Grand Conjuratorium as soon as possible. Don't keep him waiting, will you? Ah, there you are. I've been waiting for you. I wanted you to witness me adding the final essential ingredient to this miracle magical mix. Right, are you ready? You are about to witness the completion of one of the greatest thaumaturgical concoctions this world has ever seen. Hold on to your hats. Dang that word. Oh, that is strange. It looks rather like I've botched it. That can't be right, can it? I measured out every ingredient to within an inch of its life. That's odd. I didn't think I'd need one of those. Oh, and it looks like I clean forgot the stoter snot and the badger warts. Dear me, I must be slipping in my old age. Well, looks like you may have witnessed an unprecedented faux pas on the part of the mighty Wiz. It was almost perfect. I was so very close, but in magic, almost isn't good enough. Why are you looking at me like that? Anyway, it seems I will have to go back to the drawing board. I'm sorry to have summoned you for what turned out to be a rather damp squib. I think it's best if you head back to the castle and keep an eye on the king while I make some minor adjustments. This isn't going to make me go back and forth again and again and again. I knew that if I waited long enough, you would eventually appear. Do you have any idea who I am? You may call me the envoy. Perhaps you know something of me. Perhaps you do not. Well, no matter. I have something I wish to share with you. The king is on the verge of finally reviving the incantation. As soon as he utters those dread words, he will be possessed by an unimaginable force and will be reborn as a veritable god of destruction. After that, nothing will be the same again. This world will be torn apart, people will die, houses will burn, and the king, he too will perish, consumed by his new powers. You may be wondering why I am telling you this. The answer is quite simple. You will not have the pleasure of witnessing it. Thank you very much for auto-skipping that last bit of text again. That's what I wanted you to do. How could I be defeated by You! But your victory will do you no good. It is too late to stop the king. I dearly wish to see this world torn apart, but at least I will die knowing that I helped give rise to the god of destruction who will annihilate you all. You are doomed. You will perish, and your world will be consumed by flames. The king has decreed that none shall enter this part of the castle. Be on your way. What happened? I heard lots of noise. Was someone fighting? The king just went by with a very serious look on his face. You could almost call it grim determination. The king is in town. All his subjects have gathered to try and catch a glimpse of his majesty. I wonder what could have brought him all the way down here. Must be something important if he was willing to leave the safety of that floating castle keep of his. That monster who attacked you said something about the king's magic tearing the world apart. His Majesty has just gone inside. Please, you must do something before it's too late. Welcome to the Inquisitory. This is where the magic happens. Feel free to take a look around. The soaring sphere stands as a symbol of the lofty ambitions of the Inquisitory. Let me through. Do not get in my way, or I swear I will. Please, Father, I must insist that you calm down. This is futile. The king has ordered that none shall pass. Listen to me, curse you. The future of this kingdom, no, the future of this world hangs in the balance. This is no time to be enforcing petty orders. Believe me, we are in grave danger, all of us. But I couldn't possibly. You leave me no choice. Father Martin, come back. can this be? Hubris, is this... Do you truly intend to revive the incantation? Your timing is impeccable, Martin. We are just about to bear witness to the birth of a power beyond the imagination of any god or man. Your Highness, according to the spellbook, there remains but one ingredient to add. Well, add it then, damn you. Yes, Your Highness. Please, you mustn't do this. Very good. You may leave now. Yes, Your Highness. How long has it been since the sages of old sealed this spell away? How long has it lain dormant, waiting for one such as I to revive it? I can feel it. I can feel the power surging through me. No, please stop. None shall stand in the way of destiny. None shall prevent the rebirth of the greatest of all spells. Stop, I tell you. This is madness. This can only lead to disaster. Listen to me, Hubris. You are not in your right mind. Oh, you think so, do you? From where I am standing, it is you who are refusing to face reality. Remember what we lost, the friend we could not protect. You may have forgotten, but I have not. You mean... Hubris, listen to me. We were not to blame. Without power, how can we hope to protect what is dear to us? Others may shy away from this truth, but not I. With this, the greatest enchantment of them all, I will finally have that power. It is time. Time for me to utter the incantation. What is this? What is this power that courses through my veins? Let us find out. Please, you have to stop him. I had faith in the king. I believed that what he was doing was right, but that spell seems to have wrought some terrible change in him. Please do something. I beg of you. I was wrong. This has all been a most tragic mistake. We should never have revived the incantation. The king was enveloped in an aura, something unfathomably powerful. Could it be? Could he really have revived the incantation? Behold, it is mine at last. The power to vanquish any foe, to overcome any obstacle. It's mine. Lucia, it's finally mine. I can finally save you. You have nothing to fear anymore. You are safe now. I promise. What's going on? This power. It's too... What happened? I can't see. The darkness. It's coming. It's coming for me. this ain't good. I am dead. Ah, that's a kick in the teeth. He wants to die around about now, which would be very kind of him. Yep. All must be destroyed. This land, this world, everything. Did I miss much? My impeccable powers of deduction tell me that King Hubris has revived the incantation. Well, if we don't stop him soon, we can kiss goodbye to this kingdom and everything in it. Anyway, we can discuss the finer points of the impending apocalypse later. We don't have much time. Follow me. Explains why I lost the fight anyway. Help! Someone! Anyone! Help! Calm down, will you? What's the matter with you, man? Huh? But you're the Wizard-in-Chief. Please, you have to help us. There's a monster in the castle. Oh, there is there? And where exactly is it? It went towards the throne room, but when we saw it coming, we ran away. Destruction, panic, terror. These people are about to learn the true meaning of these words. This doesn't look too clever, right? Hide. Follow me if you would. goodness. So the Wizard-in-Chief is involved in this too somehow. But surely even he wouldn't stand a chance against that thing. Ah, there you are. What took you so long? I have a little something to show you. It's the enchantment I've been working on, the counterspell to end all counterspells, a little number I like to call the Great Leveler. Now let's unleash its holy power and see if we can't blast the badness out of that young fool of a king, shall we? Here goes. Well, it brought him down to earth a little, but it seems it wasn't quite enough to finish the job. And as long as that thing stays alive, this little land of ours isn't safe. I'm going to have to ask you to finish what I started. Quickly now. You must put an end to this. My power. My beautiful power. But this is not the end. I am far from defeated. I will not rest until this land lies in ruins. No, I cannot lose it. I cannot lose this power. Without it, I I cannot save them. Cannot save her. Forgive me. I failed you. Again. Hubris. He is still breathing. As are you, Hyde. May the Almighty be praised. You have my deepest thanks, and those of the people of Hubble too, I am sure. If you had not been here to defend us, I fear that our fate would have been sealed. But now is not the time for such things. We must tend to the wounded. Guards, carry the king to his chambers. And do not forget the wizard-in-chief. He is on the upper level. Ensure that he is well looked after. Thankfully, the full power of the incantation was not unleashed. And now the evil enchantment sleeps once more, safely sealed away where none may use it. All that remains is for those caught up in the day's events to rest and recuperate, and to ponder on the problems still facing them. And then morning comes. On behalf of the entire kingdom, I would like to offer you all our most heartfelt gratitude. Though he is not yet able to rise from his bed, Hubris is conscious and making a rapid recovery. I am sure he would like to speak with you before you leave. Your Majesty, if you'll excuse me, I must be getting back to the Grand Conjuratorium. My staff have no doubt been neglecting the duties in my absence. Very well. But you know that you are always welcome here, and that you will be handsomely rewarded for your efforts on our behalf. I require no reward. It is enough for me to know that, actually, I wouldn't mind a nice banquet in my honour if you could stretch to that. Anyway, must be going, Hyde. I'd like a word with you and your pals before you poddle off on your next little adventure. Pop by the Conjuratorium before you go, will you? Toodle pip for now. I owe you a debt of gratitude. If it hadn't been for you, my kingdom would have surely been destroyed. I'm so ashamed of what I've done. It's just, ever since childhood, I've burned with remorse and resentment. I was too weak to protect my dearest friend in her time of need. I vowed that day never again to be at the mercy of another, and dedicated myself to gaining a power that would make all men tremble before me. I owed it to Lucia to grow strong. At least, that is what I told myself. But I sought power for my own sake as much as her for hers. I wanted to erase all traces of the pathetic child I once was. My people have suffered terribly because of the choices I've made. I must make amends. It may be too late to atone for my sins, but the least I can do for the citizens of Hubble is to ensure that they may live in peace from now on. I hope that you will visit us again, and that you will find us much changed and much improved when you do. I will look forward to welcoming you. Till then, I will dedicate my every waking hour to making this a kingdom we can all be proud of. Well, if it isn't me old treasure hunting opening pals. I suppose you came here for your reward, did you? Here you go. Now that, my friends, is a proper staff, made the old-fashioned way. I hope you get many years' good use out of it. Did not mean to go upstairs. Well, my tenure here was brief, but no less rewarding for it. Thank you for all your help, sister. It was my very great honor to aid you in the work of the Almighty Father. I've learned so much from you. I trust you will be back to visit us soon. I most certainly will. Farewell now, and may the Almighty watch over you. Hello there. My wounds are healing up nicely. You'll be glad to hear. I spent a lot of time thinking during my convalescence, and I came to realize that my true calling lies back at the castle. Those things Hubris said about me refusing to face reality and us failing to protect our friend, well, in a strange way, they struck home. He chose to try and overcome the demons of his past. I, on the other hand, well, I suppose I chose to run away from them. Anyway, I'm sure you have no desire to listen to me philosophizing. I wish you well on your onward journey, and may the blessings of the Almighty be with you, always. Magic is alright, I suppose, but it's nowhere near as fun as playing. Hooray! Oh, I have company, I see. How nice of you to join me. Now, the reason I asked you to come here was because I was planning on giving you that spell I was working on. But as I'm sure you've noticed, I haven't quite managed to get it working properly just yet. If it had been at full strength, it would have made short work of the incantation, I assure you. Well, I hate to leave a job half done, so I'm planning on perfecting that spell if it kills me, which it might. We shall see. In any case, rest assured that I shall share this spell with you as and when I crack it. In the meantime, I wish you luck on your adventures. I know I'll be seeing you and your friends again before long, Hyde. Ta-ta for now. I don't know about you lot. I don't know about you lot, but I'm exhausted. Me too. I can't wait to curl up at the bottom of a nice, comfy bed. Brave Hyde. 'Twould seem our merry band is in need of respite. Homeward, lead on. Hyde, there you are. I thought you might be here. What's going on? Did you run here all the way from Pilchard Bay? Why do you look like you've seen a ghost? I won't go into details. If it's all the same to you, Miss Maribel, it's just... You're wanted at home, right away. Why? What's happening? Tell me now. Well, it's your father. He's had a bit of a funny turn. What? He's what? Everyone's been out searching for you all day, miss. I need to get home, now. Hyde, I'll see you back in Pilchard Bay. I have to go. Let me explain everything one more time, Maribel. The good news is your father's life is not in any immediate danger. However, there is no doubting that this is a most serious illness. As such, we really cannot afford to give him any more cause to worry. You must stay by his side until he makes a full recovery. We can't have you running off and worrying him anymore. Oh, Father. It seems we must leave fair Maribel in the bosom of her family for now. Thou must also pay thy respects to thine esteemed parents while we are here, young Hyde. 'Twould be rankest insolence not to do so. Oh, is that you, Hyde? Now hold on a moment. I hope you haven't come back home to whisk Miss Maribel away on another one of your jaunts, have you? Nope. Well, regardless of whether you have or not, there's simply no question of her going anywhere right now. We cannot allow it. Now that she has finally come home to her father, she must stay here and make sure he gets better. Ah, Hyde, lad. Good to see you again. What's that? Mare Hyde's finally on the mend? That's good to hear. I was putting a brave face on it, but to be honest, I was worried about him. I still am. But there's nothing any of us can do now besides pray for a speedy recovery. By the way, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. Last time I went out fishing, we dropped anchor near that new island to the northwest, and caught a glimpse of a tribe of people living in tents. They look like travellers of some sort. Nomads, you know. I don't suppose you've come across them on your adventures. Yeah. You have? Ha ha. Well now, that's a relief. You see, The party that was sent out from Eastar to investigate the island reported that that part was completely uninhabited. So at first I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me when I saw them. But if you've come across them too, then that means they were no optical illusion. They must have arrived there after the fellows from Eastard left. Makes sense if they're wanderers, doesn't it? I appreciate you giving me a straight answer about those tent-dwelling folks' hide. Truth is, I haven't been able to stop thinking about them since I came back from that fishing trip. You remember where I said I'd seen them, don't you? On the island to the northwest. You could go and take a look if you're curious. I am. Northwest. Northwest. Where the hell is northwest? Although so is that. Why am I even... Oh, for the love of... I have a flying carpet. Use the flying carpet. Shh, please, don't talk to me now. I'm watching Aish dance. The way she moves, it really does something to me. Casuals, eh? We don't get many of you visiting. Ordinarily, we would go out of our way to give you a warm welcome. But we're right in the middle of one of our most important rituals at the moment. Would you mind waiting a short while? You are travellers, yes? It is a pleasure to meet fellow nomads. Although I am not sure we will be able to call ourselves that if we do not move camp soon. I'm beginning to miss the thrill of the road. How long is Rom Barrow planning on keeping us camped here? We have not found the lake which is said to contain the altar. Waiting here will not change that fact. You agree with me in this regard, yes? Not really. You do not? Does this mean that you believe the altar of the Almighty is to be found in these parts? I do not understand how you can have so much faith in its existence. And even if we do find it, there is no reason to believe we will be able to restore the Almighty. Oh, that's horrible. There is no reason to believe we will actually be able to restore the Almighty. The legends tell that the altar of the Almighty lies on the other side of the mountains to the west of here. But as you must have seen, there is nothing there but open sea. Does that mean that the legends are wrong? Could the ancient tomes be mistaken? Where's the ritual going to end? Aish has promised to teach me how to wield a sword. Please hurry up and finish. We roamers treat our dancers, our chosen ones, with great respect. Aish will be the 10th to have borne this honour. Not all are created equal, of course. Word has it that Lala, the second of the dancers, was truly special. Aish, however, she is a different prospect. The honour of having been chosen appears to sit uneasily with her. It is the day of the ritual, yet the atmosphere is rather sombre. Aish's clear lack of enthusiasm is certainly playing no small part, as is the fact that we have yet to find a worthy Torban player. You know, you do not look dissimilar to the Gadros depicted in the ancient tomes. But it is only a coincidence, of course. That incident was many centuries ago. Our ancestors, the Romans of ancient times, sealed the Almighty away in an altar so as to protect him from the Demon King. A later generation attempted to restore him, but their efforts were in vain. The time was not yet right. Now that the world is at peace, however, perhaps it is our turn to fulfill the destiny passed down by our ancestors. We Romans set out on our journey many centuries ago and have remained on the move ever since. During the Demon King's reign of terror, we had to remain mobile in order to escape his clutches. Now that he is no more, the purpose of our journey is to seek out the altar in which it is said that the Almighty is sealed away. We have been doing our best to locate a sufficiently talented Torban player. Alas, it appears the legendary musician we seek is nowhere to be found. I'm afraid that the ritual is not over yet. You will have to wait Sounds as though they have finished. But why so much earlier then? Aish, wait. The ritual. It has not yet been completed. What just happened? Rombarrow? That Aish really is nothing but trouble. Why did she have to run off in the middle of the ritual like that? Is Rombarrow's Torban playing really so bad? In ancient times, humanity managed to escape the clutches of the Demon King and survive to live in peace thanks to the efforts of a band of heroes. Alas, this peace will not last. The Demon King will return to torment this world once more. That is why we Romans must fulfill our duty. We must restore the Almighty. But I cannot be the dancer who brings that about. I must pass the torch to the next generation, to Aish. Your guests, yes. I must apologize for the difficult scene you had to witness. I do not know to what Aish objected so strongly. Perhaps it was the fact that I was playing the Torban. Or perhaps the younger generation simply do not appreciate how much of an honor it is to be chosen as our clan's dancer. Aish broke her promise. She said she would show me how to wield a sword as soon as the ritual was over. She lied to me. Alright, not in the village. Who's there? Oh, you. The Gadgers who are at the encampment. I had a feeling someone had followed me. Perhaps I should introduce myself. I'm Aish. I'm a roamer. I take it you have some business with me? Sure. I should have known that Ron Barrow would send someone after me. Very generous of you to help out. Unfortunately, I've not changed my mind. I refuse to become a dancer. Now leave me alone, please. Should go back or does she go on? And nothing I say will dissuade you from embarking on this search, dear Aish. Why do you wish to dissuade me? We have not located the altar of the Almighty. We have no need for a dancer as yet. Why not seek out the one worthy of the Turban of Truth while we have time? But Aish, Florian's bloodline may have dwindled and died centuries ago. We've certainly not seen any signs to the contrary, despite all our searching. That means nothing. I have faith. We have the Turban of Truth because we are meant to find the one worthy of playing it. The travellers. How dare you wander in here? Wait. Ron Barrow, I have an idea. You are worried about me travelling alone, yes? These Gadgers and I. We will search together. What? But you know nothing about them. Well, perhaps. But I feel we have an understanding. You agree, yes? You'll assist me in my search for one worthy of the Turban of Truth? Sure. You heard them, Ron Barrow. I will surely be safe in the company of such experienced travellers. I do not doubt that you will, but... The moment you locate the altar, I will come right home. At least give me until then. How do you expect me ever to regain my enthusiasm for the dance if you do not at least let me try to seek him out? Aish, we do not even know that this Turban player exists. I find it hard to support such a plan of action, especially when I know all too well of your thirst for adventure. I fear that if you leave, you may not return. Come, let us leave the old man to his ponderings and make ready to depart. We must set out while everyone is still sleeping. That way, there will not be so much fuss. Farewell, Rombarrow. My dear Aish, ever since you were a little girl, I have feared that this day would come. It has always been clear how much you took after your famously stubborn forebearer, and how much you shared his thirst for adventure. But nonetheless, I know how strong your sense of duty burns. I know that you will not desert us. That is why I believe in you. That is why I am going to entrust to you the Turban of Truth. Rombarrow, This is the most sacred of all turbans, once resided in the very altar where the Almighty sleeps. It is, as you well know, to be used in the ritual that will restore him to us. If any descendants of the legendary player still exist, this is the instrument that they will be required to play. Should you meet a worthy seeming player, you must see that he proves himself upon it. Thank you, Rombarrow. I will treat it with the utmost care. It may be a long and dangerous journey, Aish. Be sure to take care of yourself. I will be thinking of you always. You know that I love you as though you were my own granddaughter. I know, but please, try not to look so sad. I will find the player we seek and return before you know it. Farewell, for now. Come, let us depart. I hate goodbyes. We'll leave without telling anyone. There is one place I must visit before our adventure begins. Please, give me a moment. This stone marks my parents' last resting place. I come here to pray for them, and for my ancestors. And this is the sword of the Romers. It has been passed down from guardian to guardian throughout the generations. Do you see the engraving on the blade? This is the Guardian's crest. According to our legends, this sword was found by one of my ancestors, perhaps the greatest guardian of them all. He was a fascinating character, the prince of a faraway kingdom, or so they say. I kept it here because Rombarrow does not like me to handle weapons, but I will have need of it on our journey, I am sure. The moon is beautiful tonight. Perhaps we should rest here until morning. It is already late, and the sea is very soothing. And since we will be travelling together, I wish to know more about you. Come, lie down beside me. Look up at the stars and tell me of yourselves. Sleep will come soon enough. Aish and the party spend their first night together, talking beneath the stars. Eventually, the gentle lapping of waves carries them off into the land of sleep. As the warm coastal breeze brushes against his face, Hyde dreams of Pilchard Bay and Eastard Castle. Then, morning comes. Good morning, Hyde. I hope we are all ready to depart. First of all, I mean to visit the town you mentioned recently restoring. Hubble, was it? I have never been there. Perhaps we might find some clues. I nearly forgot. I have something important to give you. Another item that has been in my family for generations. I'll put it in your bag for safekeeping. Now, let us depart. I really should power them up at some point. Well, so much for the rockers. Welcome to Hubble, where the music never stops. Crispin may be a bit odd, and bone idle to boot, but he's the greatest Torben player I ever heard, bar none. Greetings, friends. You are most welcome to our instrument emporium. We stock all manner of things with strings, but only for musicians who've been issued with a royal warrant up at the castle. How did a magic kingdom end up a music kingdom? There was once a king named Hubris, who started a terrible war, and then used magic to transform himself into a terrifying monster. Apparently he ended up with more magical power than he could control, and laid waste to the entire castle. After that painful episode, he decided that Hubble should live in peace with its neighbours. So he laid down his wand and took up the paintbrush, deciding that art was the way to heal people's hearts after all that had happened. Everyone in Hubble embraced the ways of art and music, and now we live in peace. Okay, so that explains my question. Maybe I just have to face it. The heart's not the instrument for me. I always seem to pluck the wrong string. What's the matter, Crispin? Are you still down in the dumps about that funeral business? Cheer up. I thought you were great. I got tingles down my spine when you started playing. Oh, please say you'll play the Torben again for us again. Nah, I don't feel like it. Babe, leave me alone, will you? Come on, hun. Don't be like that. There's no getting through to him when he's like this. Visitors. Well, I suppose I should tell you my name at least. I'm Euphonia, Queen of Hubble. You will find my subjects to be most welcoming, and if you're lucky, they may even sing for you. Now go and take a look around the kingdom, why don't you? I wish I could. Oh. Gosh. I just realised that this is the first time I've spoken to someone my own age in I don't know how long. I spend every day cooped up here with a bunch of wrinkly old men, you see. It's so nice to be around people who still have all their own hair. Now, may I ask you to introduce yourselves? I'm Ruff. I'm Aish. It's an honour to meet you, Your Highness. Sir Maven, knight and gentleman at your service. It is impressive indeed to see one so young ruling over such a prosperous kingdom. Hyde introduces himself to Queen Euphonia. Very good. Now, tell me, what brings you to Hubble? That is the story of our journey so far, Your Majesty, and it seems we have a way to go yet. Oh, I'm green with envy. I barely stepped outside the castle in ages. Right, I've decided. I'll have an announcement to make. In honor of meeting someone my own age for a change, I'd like to give you something. It's a gift I hope you'll cherish forever. The gift of friendship. Isn't that nice of me? Yep. I hereby declare that from this day forth, we shall be friends, and that makes it official. Feel free to drop by whenever you like. I'll always be happy to hear more about your travels. And please, do treat me like I'm really one of your friends. That's an order. Oh, and if there's ever anything I can do for you, anything at all, do let me know. I'll do everything in my power to help you. After all, that's what friends are for. What's that? There is something I can do for you. What might that be? I see. A legendary musician. Interesting. The Torment of Truth, you say? Oh, this is simply fascinating. So you're on a quest to find a legendary Torban player descended from the Romans. This is so exciting. Well, you came to the right place. After all, I'm queen of the most musical kingdom in the world. Leave it to me. I'll issue a proclamation right away. We'll hold a concert here in Hubble to find the world's best Torban player. And yes, we'll have a prize for the winner. That'll bring them running from miles around. Now, if I understand correctly, only the descendant of this legendary musician of yours will be able to play the Torban of Truth. So if we use it in the contest, we'll know right away if we've found our player. Does that sound good to you? Yep. Wonderful. Then it's official. I'll start drafting my decree right away. It will probably take a while for all the best players in the world together, so you should carry on with your adventure and come back and visit me later. Thank you so much, Hyde. You've managed to banish my boredom in one fell swoop. As a reward, you may henceforth dispense with the formalities. Just call me Euphonia. This is where Queen Euphonia comes to get away from it all. Commoners are strictly forbidden from coming anywhere near. camera. As a reward for showing wisdom enough to find my final resting place, allow me to grant you further wisdom. My life's work, my magical masterpiece, is now at your disposal. I was unable to complete it soon enough for it to prove useful in my time, but perhaps it will prove useful in yours. I give you the spell that renders all others null and void. I give you the Great Leveler. May it be used only by the pure of heart. The Mighty Wiz. The grave of a legendary wizard-in-chief is said to be located somewhere in this building. He left behind a mysterious message stating that only those who showed great wisdom could ever find his final resting place. And no one has found it yet. More's the pity, a great treasure is said to be hidden there. If only I could figure out the clue that went with the message. Enter by the statue and make a cross. Whatever could it mean? got all the pieces I need. Yep. While I'm here. Ain't there anymore. Hang on. Goodness, I've never seen such a castle before. And yet, it feels so familiar. How can that be? This is my first time here, isn't it? The throne room is up ahead. Oh, it's you, Hyde. Sorry, in you go. Ah, Hyde. It is always a pleasure to see you and your friends. Speaking of which, it seems you have made a new acquaintance. Good day, young lady. Would you be so good as to tell me your name? My name is Aish. Forgive me. I have never been called upon to introduce myself to a king before. It is an honor. Aish, eh? Well, it is always a pleasure to meet one of Hyde's friends. Although... I hope you do not mind me asking, but are you sure we have not met before? No, this is the first time we have met. I'm certain of it. Forgive me. I must have been mistaken. Although... there is something I feel I must share with you. It may seem silly, but being a Roma, I have no hometown, and yet, despite this castle feels like home. A Roma, eh? Aish, I want you to consider this castle your home from now on. You may come here whenever you like, and stay here for as long as you care to. There will always be a welcome for you here. You need roam no longer should you choose. I apologize for taking up so much of your time, Hyde. You are no doubt anxious to return to your adventures. I want to go to the likeness. Oh, I committed so many terrible crimes and hurt so many innocent people. I cannot change the past, but what I can do is travel the world and try to atone for my sins. Yes, if I can offer some comfort and spiritual succor to the afflicted, it will go some way to making amends for the crimes of my brethren. Now, I have heard tell of a place where the inhabitants were once turned to stone. I dearly wish to travel there and try to make up for the crimes of my monstrous forebears. Pray, tell me, have you ever heard of such a place? I see. So such a place truly exists. I am grateful to you for confirming the rumors. But I have yet to introduce myself. I am Mac. Now, if you will excuse me, I must journey there and pray for the inhabitants. Listen, you might not believe me, but I know why Professor Wade's so brainy. It's that hat he wears, ain't it? It's what's called a canny cap, see? Anyone can pop one of those on their head and get well clever in no time flat. I ain't making it up, promise. It was the prof's assistant, Brock. He's the one who told me. Good day to you, my friends. Thank you for informing me of this place. As you can see, I've decided to make it my home. I now spend my days here in prayer and contemplation. I am glad you have come here. In fact, I have a little something to give you by way of thanks. I do not believe that my prayers will absolve my brethren and me of our crimes. But if I can bring any comfort at all to the afflicted, then I shall continue to pray. Really wish I kept better track of how many I'd done. Oh, hello there. Thanks to you, 2 more reformed form of monsters have come and joined our little community. Him on yep. Okay. That's as may be, but he's a grown man, not some carefree youth with his whole life ahead of him. He needs our help. Exactly. He's a grown, bloomin' man. At his age, he can't be loafing around all day, never doing a stroke of work. Go ahead and pay his debts off for him, but when he goes and does this all over again, don't come crying to me. You're probably right, but what can I do? He's my little brother. And you know, I really think he means it this time. Let me just pay them off, and I'll give him an ear-bashing that'll surely put him on the straight and narrow, once and for all. I despair, I do. Hi, my boy. Good to see you. Seems Mermaid's finally feeling a lot better these days. Of course, it's still too early for him to go out fishing. Needs to rest up a bit more before that can happen. In fact, since the fishing boat won't be leaving Pilchard Bay for a while, I was thinking of headed to Eastard to run a few errands. You're welcome to stay here for as long as you like, of course. Your mother is sure to be delighted to have you home. Hi, dear. There you are. I'm glad you've come home, actually. There's something I've been wanting to tell you. I know your journey's important and everything, but don't go being too much of a burden on others, will you? Heaven forbid you should end up like certain people I could mention. Yeah. And I'm gonna stop here for now, because I've got a ton of work to do, fortunately. But, well, that's that. I'll be back again tomorrow. Hopefully.